What up, YouTube? So, today I'm going to be going through my projected overall standings in the NHL this upcoming season. So, at 32, I got the Buffalo Sabres. I really don't think that they've improved very much or really at all. They might have even got even worse. Eichel's injury situation is not getting any better, and that relationship between that team is broken. I don't see them going anywhere. At 31, we got the Anaheim Ducks. I really don't. Other another team. I don't think that they have gotten really any much better. Um, I believe that they're going to be struggling just as they were last year. Um, I do believe some of their younger talent will come along and make that team a little bit better, but not by much. At 30, we got the Arizona Coyotes. They're a team that have made it known that they want to rebuild. Um, so they're on the early ends of that process, and I really think they're gonna sink. At 29 is the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now the Columbus Blue Jackets, they have a new head coach. But overall, I don't see a great improvement in that team. Um, I just don't think that they will be able to put it together this year. At number 28, we got the San Jose Sharks. The San Jose Sharks are another team that's in the middle of a rebuild. And with the whole Evander Kane situation going on, I think that's a really toxic locker room, and I think it's going to show in the record. At number 27, we got the Detroit Red Wings. Now, Detroit, I do believe, has improved from last season, but not enough to really do anything. They do got Alex Nedeljkovic from Carolina this offseason, and I feel like he is going to definitely make that team better, but I don't think that there's enough in front of him for it really to matter. At number 26, we got the Calgary Flames. Now, the Calgary Flames are an interesting situation. I would rank them a little bit higher if they still have their captain, Mark Giordano. But obviously, he's no longer their captain. He was picked in the expansion draft. Um, and I really think that that's just, they didn't really make any accusations to make that team better. Honestly, with the loss of Giordano, they've gotten worse. At number 25 is the Ottawa Senators. Now, Ottawa is a young, exciting team, and they're definitely a team to watch. But I just think with the teams that are ahead of them, I just couldn't rank them any higher. Now, on number 24, we've got the New Jersey Devils. Now, the Devils, I think, have gotten better. Definitely with the acquisition of Dougie Hamilton. But I think that team still needs to add on to what it's already got to really improve much more. Like, from where they were last year, they're a lot better, but I think that I think it's gonna still take at least one more season after this. At number 23, we got the LA Kings. The LA Kings have greatly improved this offseason. They added a lot of depth and players around guys like Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty, which desperately needed help around them. So I do think they've improved in that area, but I still think they're gonna still need a few seasons for their younger players to kind of take charge and for this team to really be overly competitive. At number 22, we got the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, the Flyers are going to be another team that's going to be interesting to watch. They made quite a few moves this offseason. I don't know if they can put it together or not, but I still have them at 22. At 21, we got the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I think the Canucks have actually improved a lot from last season, with guys like Oliver Ekman-Larsson. But I do think that they still have a cap on how well they can do. So I got them at 21. I don't really see them getting any much higher unless teams ahead basically crash. At number 20, we got the Montreal Canadiens. Now, this one might be a shocker to a lot of people, considering the Montreal Canadiens were in the finals just a couple months ago. But I do believe with the injury and the loss of Shea Weber, who might not even return for ever, his career might be done. He was their best defenseman. He was their kind of one of their most important players. They did add some other pieces to kind of fill in for his role, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and I do think the Canadiens are in for an awakening. At number 19, we got the Nashville Predators. Now, the Predators, I really just believe that they're a team that's on the verge of blowing up. Yusei Saros is a good goalie, but in front of them, it's hard. They got a few good defensive pieces, but their forwards are awful. This team has lucked out the last few seasons to do as good as what they have. I do believe this is the year that they kind of blow up. At number 18, we got the St. Louis Blues. Now, the Blues, I really don't think they're going to go far. Tarasenko, I don't know what the situation with him is. Is he going to play, or is he still, injured, or what? He played a little bit at the end of last year, but his numbers were awful. So I don't know how well he's going to play, if he does even play, where he's going to play. And the rest of that team, they don't look exciting at all. At number 17, we got the New York Rangers. Now, the Rangers they could have done a lot more than they did this offseason, and it's kind of brought them down on this list. I think they're all right, but they're nothing special. And I really think they're going to suffer for that. Now, at number 16, this might be another shocker for everyone, the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, the Hurricanes have had probably one of the most horrific off seasons I've ever seen. They lost two of their top goalies. They lost their top defenseman, Dougie Hamilton, and they gave these guys away for almost nothing. They picked up Frederik Andersen to play goalie. Yikes. Just yikes. That's all I can say about Carolina. Now, at number 15, we got the Dallas Stars. Now, the Stars are going to be interesting because some players are coming back from injury that got injured last season or even didn't play last season. They made some acquisitions, so it's going to be interesting how well they do, but I have them at 15. Now, At number 14, I got the Seattle Kraken. Now, I thought long and hard about Seattle. They're the expansion team that were just added. I didn't really know exactly where they were gonna place, but I thought they were just above Dallas, and I don't know. I don't see them beating anyone that's above them on this list, so I just put them at 14. 13, we got the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, I think the Blackhawks I think they have improved. They did pick up Marc-Andre Fleury in net. They're getting Jonathan Taves back. They also got some other pieces. A defenseman that I think is extremely overrated that they signed to a gigantic contract, but let's not get into that or name names, but I think you all know who I'm talking about. But I think they have gotten better. And I do think they're going to go up in the standings, but I also believe that they're kind of just going to be stuck there, I think. At number 12, we got the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, the Golden Knights are another team that did really well last season. But I think that with their lack of like their center depth is in trouble. And I feel like the loss of Marc-Andre Fleury is really going to hurt them. At number 11, we got the Boston Bruins. Now, the Bruins have lost a lot this offseason. They didn't re-sign Tuukka Rask, and David Krejci, their number 2 center, decided to go to play overseas. So it's going to be interesting how well they do. They're a team to watch. They re-signed Taylor Hall. They got some young goalies that have actually done pretty well when they needed to, but they're kind of still unproven if you ask me. So, yeah, that's why I have them at 11th. And now number 10, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, the Penguins are an interesting team because I've read that both Crosby and Malkin are both going to be injured at the start of the season, or at least in training camp. So I think that the early struggles that they're going to have are really going to hurt their record at the start. And I feel like they are going to make those games back up. But I do think that at the start it's going to kind of hurt their spot in the rankings overall. At number 9, we got the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the Jets are a team that's, I don't know. They're usually a safe bet to be in at least the top 15. But I have them at 9 because I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to be a playoff team. So, yeah. At number 8, we got the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Oilers, I think they've improved. Their goaltending is still horrific. It's kind of a disappointment that they didn't add to it at all or do anything. But they did make some additions. I feel like Zach Hyman is going to be a big addition to that team. Adds definitely forward depth and someone that can play alongside McDavid and Draisaitl and actually be a good line mate with them. At number 7, we got the Minnesota Wild. Now, the Wild would have been lower on this list if this was a few days ago because Kirill Kaprizov was not re-signed yet, but he has re-signed. He's a huge piece. He's probably the biggest piece of this team. I I think they're going to be good like last year. So that's why I have them at 7th. Now at 6th, I have the Washington Capitals. Now the Capitals, a lot of people are kind of putting them lower. I think they're still going to be a pretty good team, but I don't think they're going to blow the minds off of everyone. That's why I have them at 6th. At 5, I got the Florida Panthers. Now the Panthers are going to be a good team. But at the same time, I'm not sure how far they can really go. They were eliminated in the first round last season, so I wonder if that's going to affect their confidence at all, or they're just going to shake it off and do better. But I do have them at 5th. At 4, we got my favorite team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think even with the loss of Hyman, they've actually replaced him pretty well. They got rid of Frederick Anderson, which is a blessing. They picked up Peter Mrazek, who's a good goalie when healthy. I think they're going to be a good team. At number 3, we got the New York Islanders. Now, the New York Islanders really shocked me last season. They're a good team. They lost Jordan Eberle in the expansion draft, but I really don't think that's going to hurt them overly much. This team is just really well built. Good coaching, good management. I see them at 3. Just because I really do think that team is just a really good built team. At number 2, we've got the last year's Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the Lightning did lose a lot, but they already had overly a lot in the first place, so they were going to lose people. It was inevitable. But with the people they did lose, they still got a really good team, and I also think that this team's overall standings is going to at least even out to close to last year or even be better. Even with the people they did lose, just because Nikita Kucherov is set to play a whole season, where he didn't play at all during the regular season last season. And finally, at number 1, we got the Colorado Avalanche. Now, this was a lot of people's pick last season. And I don't think really much changes. They're a really good team. They're stacked top to bottom. I really do think this is their year. So that was my I can't speak. This was my So that was my season upcoming season standings predictions. Tell me what you guys think. Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace.